right, first step is I'm going to go ahead and remove the snorkel tube. I'm going to remove all these bolts on the plenum. You see, you got one here, you got 1, 2, 3, 4 here. I don't think it's necessary to take off the plate, okay, but I did. All right. There's a bolt back here. There's also a bolt right there you got to take off, okay? This is already loose. And once you get those off, the intake manifold will come off, okay? So we're gonna go ahead and remove this hose. Let me get some pliers, remove this. Let's see what else is connected. Now there's another bolt right over here. One here and one here. They go in this way. They go in that way. So let me remove that bolt. Remove this hose. Easier for me, I got a ratcheting wrench. It's a 13 millimeter. Okay, and that way you can get back there in that tight spot right there, okay? So, ratcheting wrench. Okay? We're done. All those bolts out of there. You unplug your map sensor. Except the map sensor is at the TPS. I think it's a TPS. Yeah, it just goes from this side to this side. So, okay, so unplug that. Make sure you got everything disconnected. The hose is disconnected. And you can pull this thing right out of there. Let's do it. All right. There we have it. All right, you want to make sure you consolidate all your bolts as they are, where they go. Okay. And I got them all consolidated on my tray, so I'll have a spot already ready for you. We're going to have to do some cleaning. There's a lot of debris in this thing. It's dirt. It's pretty rough too. Consider, and just think about when that's getting into your motor and it's burning and it's rubbing up against the combustion chamber. That's not good. So we'll have to do some cleaning as well on this. And here is what it looks like. Here's our plenum gasket. Go ahead and remove that now. Set that over in the plenum area. And we can start removing our valve covers next. All right, before I tear this thing all the way down, I want to do another compression test on the passenger side. You remember the side had almost 100 pounds of pressure. So we're going to go to the passenger side and we're going to do that one again because the first video didn't take. So we're ready. Let me zero it out. Oh, come on, gauge. All right, fire in the hole. All right, that's good. Stop. Damn, that thing started.
God almighty.
I was not expecting it. I wasn't expecting that.
Something hit the ground. What was it?
It was the spark plug flew out of there. It has compression and then it blew out the spark plug. I just laid it in there.
Bitch started. Now you can smell the gas.
Smell the gas. Do that again. I mean, it shouldn't start. I mean, all the camshaft sensors are. All right, that's good enough for me. I know it ain't gonna start. It almost did though, didn't it? All right, so we have 0 pounds of pressure on the passenger side. And obviously we half started because this bank has actually got some compression on it. So let's continue on. Let's go ahead and rip down these, get it down to the chain, and we'll go from there. Let's inspect. So we're going to be removing the valve covers next. I'm not going to worry about that bracket quite yet because I'm trying to take everything out in bulk if I can get to it without having to remove it. I don't know yet, but we're going to start removing these. So let's remove the valve covers and let's get to it. All right, I'm going ahead and unplug all the coil packs and remove all the coil packs is the next step. All right, one thing you're going to do to get this valve cover off, you're going to have to remove this the vacuum hose. Just pull it right out of the brake booster, okay? And just kind of pull it up, you know, and pull it up and get it out of your way. And that way you can have a little bit extra room to get that rear valve cover bolt out of there, okay? All right, now over here on the corner of the driver's side, there's a bolt right over here. I'm not going to remove that shield because I don't think it's necessary. So just take your fingers and just push that little tin back, okay? And that way you can get your ratchet up in here and remove this. I don't see it necessary for me to remove that shield. So let's just do it this way. Now I'm going to be taking the valve covers off. I'm in no hurry to get to the timing chain because I know it's a timing chain issue. So we're going to start from there and we're going to work our way down here as our removal. We're going to try to remove everything out in bulk, as much bulk as possible. So valve covers first, and then we'll worry about stripping down the front of the motor. All right, let's see if we can get this valve cover off, at least this side over here. Okay. You get yourself a little screwdriver and just, you know, lift it up a little bit. And there we go. One valve cover removed. You're probably going to want to replace the valve cover gaskets while you have them out. So we'll get some new valve cover gaskets too. All right, we're working on the passenger side valve cover. You're gonna have to get that special tool. You're gonna put it on the fuel line. Special tool to release this fuel line. Goes inside of there. He presses these little ears in there, and you can get it off the fuel rail. So we'll remove that. We're also going to remove this line right here. This connects back here, so we'll take that off too. I think that's just like a little slide. Yeah, that slides off like that. Get this. I'm just going to put this up here. Now we're going to disconnect the harness from the valve cover. I don't know if you saw anything I did. Did we move this camera or something? Oh well. Disconnect the fuel line. This is a special tool to get the fuel line. It's back in the back. Right here. Fuel line connects in there. You push your special tool in there. Fuel line disconnect, quick disconnect tool. Take it off and remove it. That ain't the one. And remove the fuel line. Alright. The tool goes in like this. Clips over there and it sticks in here. The little ears move back and you're able to pull this right off, okay? You buy these at the parts store for like 10-12 bucks. Alright, now we're going to disconnect the harnesses from that valve cover and we can get that valve cover off. Alright, when you do this job, you want to make sure that you cover up your intake ports, okay? You don't want to drop any bolts in there. You take out a bolt, you put it in your hand, you put it away. Every bolt, if you drop something, find that bolt immediately. This is one of these jobs you don't want to make no mistakes by dropping anything in the engine. In a spark plug hole, if you got the spark plug out, or drop it in the intake. Okay, so be very careful. Alright guys, we just removed the passenger side, the side with no compression. Let's check. Dewan, hit that chain over there, man. See how tight that chain is. That's pretty good. Let's check the other side. Okay, well there we have it. So we definitely jumped time. Still got to tear it down to see what's going on. So we'll get to that. Let's start ripping down the front of the motor now. We're going to start by taking this off. Taking this off. A couple bolts there. We're going to take this off. And we're going to remove the belt. And then we're going to work our way down. Alright, we're going to be removing this in bulk. Right here. I'm just going to leave all the connections connected. I'm just going to move it over. There's no sense of taking all these little bolts out and stuff like that. Just take everything out in bulk if you can. Okay. Just lay it down. That's fine. There you go. That's fine. Just right there. Where's your other bolt at right here that you just took out? Let me get that. All right. Let's remove this. Alright, we'll remove this housing. There's an O-ring right here you're going to have to replace too. Okay? It'll come with the kit, in the kit. We can remove the belt, then we're going to remove the belt. Keep it down here. Please. 1/2-inch drive ratchet is right there. Remove the serpentine belt. Get pressure off of it. We can go ahead and take it completely off. We can go ahead and remove the tensioner at this point. It looks like it's going to be a 13 millimeter. Going to take this one off too. That power steering pump is in the way on this side. I'm going to have to move it. I'm going to remove this next, because I have to remove the power steering pump out of the way so I can get this bolt out of there. Okay, so this is next. We're going to need a 10 millimeter open end, I believe. Let's see if I can do this fairly quickly. There's a little tab right here. You see that little tab? There you go. Step out of the way. Alright, at this time I'm going to go ahead and remove this air cleaner, the air box, so I can see what the heck I'm doing over here by this power steering pump, so I can loosen it up a little bit, maybe even take it off. I'm going to have to unplug it right here. Alright, just take the little yellow cap off of it and push the button. Off. Okay. Thank you, dear. Alright. Alright, we're just going to go ahead and remove the power steering pulley. Special tool, you can rent it at the part store. This one's on there pretty good.
Tape gave away, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Put that ring for when that pressure get on his ass like that.
Dewan lost my ring, y'all. So I had to tape it.
Do what you gotta do.
Huh?
I said sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah, that is a fact. Just about there. There it is. Alright, so now we can get this out of there. Go ahead and keep the bolts on the tensioner. All right, guys, we're to almost the end of getting this pump out of there. At least loosened up. You want to hold that the way? You're gonna have to loosen up this bolt here. You're gonna have to take that bolt off. That holds that, and this whole unit will get out of your way. So. Gonna go ahead and remove the water pump pulley. Alright, we're going to remove the water pump pulley, and we're going to put these bolts back where they belong. We don't want a lot of bolts everywhere, so anytime that you can put your bolts back, go ahead and put them back. It'll save you a lot of aggravation when you put it back together again. Just go ahead and put them back together again, whatever you can, as long as it's not going to be in the way, okay? So, alright, that's good. So we're going to go ahead and start working on getting this crankshaft pulley off of there. And we're going to go ahead and do that now. We're going to break it old school style. And get a breaker bar. And we're going to do the breaker bar routine. Shut it off. Hit that red button, Dewan. Alright, let's look at this timing chain. Oh, that one's nice and tight. You see? There's the other side right there. Look at that bad boy right there. Zero compression on this side, remember? Passenger side. So, we're going to run into a problem getting the harmonic balancer off of there. I don't have that tool. It's another special tool. A new generation tool. So, it looks like we're going to have to buy some more tools. So, I'm going to have to find the harmonic balancer puller for this. So that's what I'm doing now. I'm about ready to take the cover off.